I click on this PNG or JPEG, is an image of the site plan. And then make sure use image as image. So check the image right here. So I click on import. So you see with my mouse moving, this image coming into this SketchUp model. So I first click, I usually start with the origin. First click here. And the second click is deciding how big this image will be on the red axis. So I usually go big. For example, if I know this site is going to be 200 or something, I will input 300 feet. If I know it's like a 50 feet, I will input 100 feet. So scale down get more precise than scale up. So I kind of move my mouse along the red axis and the input into the measurement box, 300 feet, enter. You see immediately I got a huge site plan. It looks maybe too huge. However, go to the camera. First is top view and the camera parallel projection. I don't want a perspective. So it's like a perspective is like a closer is bigger and further away is smaller. I don't want that. I just want a strict from top parallel projection and the standard view from top. So yeah, here you see I got a scale bar. Usually for the site map we got, there are two things we need to adjust. One is the orientation and one is the scale. So look for a scale bar. This is great. If you don't have a scale bar, look for some known dimension. For example, I know this building is from this corner, total length is like 100 feet. So I can just use that known dimension. So for this one, we're lucky to have a scale bar. Still use the tape measure tool. However, press Control or Option on Mac to toggle off the plus sign next to the tool. So this one changed this tape measure tool into a tape measure tool. So it's not a guide tool. So now first click on this corner, try to zoom in and try to be precise. And the second click on this endpoint. So you see what I'm doing. I'm trying to measure this total length of the scale bar. And now I'm immediately input, I think it's 32 feet, enter. So I got the question, do you want to resize the model? Click on yes. Now it's disappear and zoom in. So now you got this scale to correctly. To double check, you will double check on your model. For example, I probably know the curve should be 6 inches, 5.5 approximately. Yeah, correctly. And yeah, I don't know too much about this model. However, yeah, it probably should be correct. Like 10 feet. Yeah, it looks right size for a shed. 10 by 12. So first thing first is try to get the image to scale. And second thing, you want to rotate this map to be the correct, to be the true nose, correct orientation. That's how it can create this shadow study. You see the true nose. This is the, I believe this is the nose arrow. You should align the nose arrow. This is actually aligned. Based on this context map, I can tell the nose arrow is actually aligned with this street rather than the building. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw one line, align this building. So still nothing precise. It looks not precise, but not right as well. Okay, probably I'm going to draw one line right here. This is along the solid green line. We always consider in SketchUp the three-dimensional world, the solid green line is the true north. So that's why we are going to select this guy, the image only, and then use your rotation tool. First click on this intersection of these two lines. Second click on this like a existing map north. Third click on this true north. So now you see I aligned my drawing correctly with the true north. Ignore this image. So this is now is the true north right now. So usually I move this one of the I should delete that lady. So move one of the building or structure corner to this origin. And then I know this is the true north. And then my building is right here. So now I set up this site map. It's difficult for me to draw things, right? For example, if I use the rectangle tool, it's impossible for me to do. So usually when you set up this, you click on this axis and start, maybe I'll start from this corner. And first click right here. Second click, set up the red axis. And the third click to set up the green axis. So now I have aligned my new origin and axis along this corner building. So I can start modeling right here. So you can just quickly model with the rectangle tool and something like that. So if you want to see beneath, you can turn on the X-ray mode. So you can see, I can see through, but still have my model on top. This image is still underneath as a group, so you won't change that one. So by this way, you quickly use the pencil tool, rectangle tool to trace it. After you're done, you maybe want to trace that line. You right click in the empty space on the axis and on the axis and left click on reset. So the origin will go back to the origin, the true world origin and the true north axis. So by this way, you for example, I'm going to model the building in that coordination system and then come back to modeling the street and this back wall along this green axis. So by this way, you make sure every single line in this model is aligned with axis, either this way or this way. So it's not randomly like you see this line are parallel to that line, and these lines are parallel to this green axis. So it's always reference to one of the axes, not randomly start drawing something. And then basically I was just go ahead to draw my thing. You see magenta color is perpendicular, and then maybe going here, I'm going to erase that line and use the line to just quickly rough modeling. Maybe I should copy that one offset. Anyway, so this is just quickly to start model the base map. After modeling all the base map, you can just use your push-pull tool to raise the wall and then to build up the roof from there. So this is like a basic steps, like how to set up the scale, the orientation, and then if you have something off this original orientation, you how to use the temporary axis to quickly draw things and then come back to the original axis. I hope this quick demonstration helps you understand how to start modeling based on a site map.